यशोदानन्दन व्रजनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रजनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारि यमुनातीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे जय गोरा निताय जय गोरा निताय गोरा निताय जय गोरा निताय जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय यंग विष्णुपाद परहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शब्द श्री श्रीमद ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। यंग विष्णुपाद परहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शब्द श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी श्रील सरस्वती महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। नामचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप धाम की जय। गंगा माया की जय। यमुना माया की जय। भक्तिदेव तुलसी महारानी की जय। समेत भक्तवृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namah Vishnu. Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam class in the temple of Sri Sri Kishore Kishori, ISKCON Chicago. Those who are watching here and those who are watching online will continue to discuss Canto 10, Chapter 72, text number 1 and 2 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Janvadya Satanatitarath Sachartha Sagyasra Teen Brahma Rudyadi Kave Mantiya Suraya Tejo Vari Murdamyata Damna Sena Sada Kukam Satyam Param Dhimai Igama Kalpotara Kalitam Palo Sukamaka Dravya Sami Amrita Samgitam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam और असी कभु भी भाव का नष्ट प्रसव दृश्य नित्यम भागवत सेवया भगवती तम सके भक्ति भवती नष्ट की। श्री शुक उवाच एकदा तु सभा मध्य आस्थितो मुनिर्वीर्भूता ब्राह्मणो क्षत्रियो वैश्य भ्रातृभिश्च युधिष्ठिरः एकदा श्रीशुक उवाच एकदा तु सभा मध्या आस्थितो मुनिर्भूता ब्राह्मणो क्षत्रिय वैश्य भ्रातृभिः च युधिष्ठिरः श्रीशुक उवाच एकदा तु सभा मध्या आस्थितो मुनिर्भूतः ब्राह्मणः क्षत्रियैर्वैश्यैर् भ्रातृभिश्च युधिष्ठिरः What word meaning? Sri Shuka Uvacha. Sukadev Goswami said, Ekada, once, two, and Sabha of the Royal Assembly, Madhye, in the midst, Astitaha, seated, Munivihi, by sages, Brutaha, surrounded, Brahmani, Kshatriya, Vaishyahi, by Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Bhatruvihi, by his brothers, Cha, and Yudhishthira, King Yudhishthira. Translation by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sukadeva Goswami said, one day as King Yudhishthira sat in the royal assembly surrounded by eminent sages Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, and also by his brothers, spiritual masters, family elders, blood relations, in-laws, and friends. He addressed Lord Krishna as everyone listen. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanajanashalakaya Chakrunitvirajena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurung Vaishnavam Cha Savadutam Sagrajatam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Visaganitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Kapta Kanchani Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Pancha Kalpatari Bhasacha Krupa Sindhu Vacha Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Nama Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurvakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukhaṁ karoti vācālaṁ pango langayatagiriṁ yatkripatamang vande Gurudeva dinatarine yatkripatamang vande paramanannamadevam Om Narayanam namaskritam narochava narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam tato jayamudiraet. This chapter 72, I will read the chapter as a summary before entering into the verse. This chapter is described as like this. The topic is the slaying of the demon Jarasandha. This chapter describes how Lord Krishna had King Yudhishthira's request and then arranged for Bhimasena to defeat Jarasandha. One day King Yudhishthira addressed Lord Krishna as he sat in the royal assembly. My lord, I used to perform the Rajaswiya sacrifice. In this sacrifice, people uninterested in your devotional service will be able to see firsthand the superiority of your devotees and the inferiority of non-devotees. They will also be able to see your lotus feet. Lord Krishna extolled Yudhishthira's proposition. Your scheme is so excellent that it will spread your fame throughout the universe. Indeed, all living beings should desire that this sacrifice be performed. To make this sacrifice possible, however, you must first defeat all the kings of the earth and collect all the necessary paraphernalia. Satisfied with Lord Krishna's words, King Yudhishthira sent his brothers to conquer the various directions. After they had conquered or won the fealty of the kings of their assigned directions, they brought back abundant wealth to Yudhishthira. They informed him, however, that Jarasandha could not be defeated. As King Yudhishthira pondered how he could subdue Jarasandha, Sri Krishna revealed to him the means for doing so. Following the previous advice of Uddhava, Bhima, Arjuna, and Sri Krishna then disguised themselves as Brahmanas and went to the palace of Jarasandha, who was very devoted to the Brahminical class. They introduced themselves as Brahmanas to King Jarasandha, flattering by praising his reputation for hospitality and requested him to grant their desire. Seeing the marks of bowstrings on their limbs, Jarasandha concluded that they were warriors and not Brahmanas, but still, even though fearful, he promised to fulfill whatever desire they might have. At that point, Lord Krishna declared his disguise and asked Jarasandha to fight him in one-to-one combat. But Jarasandha refused, claiming that Krishna was a coward because he had once fled from the battlefield. Jarasandha also declined to fight Arjuna on plea that he was inferior in age and size. But Bhima, he conquered a worthy opponent. Thus Jarasandha handed Bhima a club, took up another himself, and they all went outside the city to begin the fight. After the fight and had gone on for some time, it became clear that the two opponents were too equally matched for either to gain victory. Lord Krishna then split a small tree branch in half, thus showing Bhima how to kill Jarasandha. Bhima threw Jarasandha to the ground, stepped on one of his legs, seized the other with his arms, and proceeded to tear him apart from his genital to his head. Seeing Jarasandha dead, his relatives, subjects cried out in lamentation. Lord Krishna then appointed Jarasandha's son rulers of Magadha and released the king Jarasandha had imprisoned. So again the translation is Sukadeva Goswami said, one day the king Yudhishthira sat in the royal assembly surrounded by eminent sages, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and also by his brothers, spiritual masters, family elders, blood relations, in-laws, and friends. He addressed Lord Krishna as everyone listened. This chapter, in a nutshell, we find how Yudhishthira Maharaj, the emblem of religion, he had invited Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to his kingdom, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, when he arrived in his kingdom, he was well received by Yudhishthira Maharaj. Later, when he was present in his assembly hall, like it's called Sudharma Sabha, that in that assembly, when Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was present, then King Yudhishthira Maharaj, he put one request in front of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to approve his request. This is etiquette. You cannot do anything whimsically by your own. You should take permission or the approval or the consent of the superior person. Then whatever you are doing will be all right. If you do not seek the blessing or the goodwill of your superiors before performing anything, especially sacrifice, fire sacrifice, it will be worthless. It will bear no fruits. Like it has been stated, Guru bina or parampara bina mantra nispala. Like without accepting a guru who is situated in disciplic succession, the mantra will have no value. Same Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, is being uttered by you, but if you have not taken the initiation under a bona fide spiritual master, or if you have not heard this mantra from his lotus mouth of a bona fide representative in disciplic succession, bears no fruits. That is why it is recommended you must hear Mahamantra from a senior Vaishnava, or if you have not taken any initiation. Later, Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he heard the plea or the prayer or the request of Yudhishthira Maharaj to perform the fire sacrifices known as Rajasuya Yajna. Rajasuya Yajna is the chief of all sacrifices. Even if you arrange one small fire sacrifice, you need so much ingredients like ghee, camphor, or wood, and you also need priest, different type of priest, Udgada, then who utter the mantras, and there should be also one priest who put oblations, like this. Several persons are involved. So many guests are invited. After the homa or the sacrifice, you have to feed brahmanas, you have to feed the guests. So it is not a easy task. It is, you need some means also, you need some money for that. But when you will perform, when Yudhishthira Maharaj is planning to perform Rajaswa sacrifice, he needs lot of money, lot of wealth to perform this, because he's the king of all sacrifices. Rajasuya, kingly fire sacrifice. This Rajasuya Yajna, we cannot do, ordinary people, we cannot bear that expense. Only ministers or king, presidents, prime minister, they can bear all these expenses. To perform what is the purpose of Rajasya Yajna? Try to understand. Why we should do any fire sacrifice? Fire sacrifice means to satisfy Lord Vishnu, whose mouth is just like, is compared like a fire. In Vishwarup, you must have seen then how the fire was coming from the mouth of Krishna. Everybody is entering, all the living entities, they are entering into the mouth of Vishwarup. So in this fire sacrifice, in Rajaswa Yajna, if you perform, what will happen? That means devotees are praised and non-devotees are condemned. And there is a difference, in the gulf of difference between a devotee and non-devotee. That is realized in Rajaswa Yajna. That's what our Yudhishthira Maharaj is proposing. If I perform this Rajaswa Yajna, your devotee will be glorified. Devotee who? Who is the chief devotee? Yudhishthira Maharaj is the chief devotee of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Person of Godhead. he will be glorified. Of course, he doesn't want to be famed or glorified by himself. But it is the matter related to his devotion. It is matter related to his devotee of Sri Krishna. And same time non-devotees like Kauravas, they will be condemned. They can know what is the difference between a devotee and non-devotee. And all the demigods will be invited to this Rajasya Yajna. Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, and all the demigods will be invited. So when there is a little ceremony in our material world, when president is sworn in White House, so many dignitaries are invited. So many congressmen, all senators, so great personalities, VIPs from other countries, and so all his relatives, president's relatives, his wife, his brothers, his father, his mother, daughters, everybody are invited. That's what in verse number 1 and 2 we saw how King Yudhishthira was surrounded by what in that assembly. So he was surrounded by specifically great rishis, saintly persons. Great rishis were present. All demigods were present. All brahmanas, qualified brahmanas were present. Priests were there. All of his relatives were there. Practically, we have seen in Vikramaditya's palace so many ministers, so many counselors, so many brahmanas, great scholars were present. So it is also Srimad Bhagavatam is opening the eyes of all political leaders. They should keep some qualified brahmanas in their assembly. It is a message, the Srimad Bhagavatam's message to president of whoever a president election is coming in America. Whoever will become president, whether Donald Trump or Joe Biden, they should appoint some priests, scholars in the White House. Similarly, the Prime Minister Modi, he should also appoint some qualified brahmanas in his assembly, in his parliament. It is the Bhagavatam's message. Why? They will give correct judgment when king is in turmoil of taking decisions in a particular subject matter. Because they are adorned with, all these brahmanas were adorned with what? Knowledge of scriptures. Knowledge, scripture is considered as a third eye of human beings. So when you will be adorned with scriptural knowledge, you will be called as sadhava. What is that called? What? Sadhava. Sadhava means who is well accustomed with the intricacy of the Vedic literatures, especially Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. They are different. Like we are not just stereotype. We invite the president or prime minister. They should invite from every sect of religionist, like Pope or Father from Christianity, or similarly Mullah from Muslims. Similarly, so from Hinduism, Brahmanas, qualified Brahmana, sannyasi, they should appoint in the White House or in Parliament. This is the way to rule over. And in India, they say we want to bring Ramarajya. Ramarajya we want to bring. So how this Ramarajya will be achieved? Unless you appoint some, so many priests or some of the Brahmins. from Sikhs, some guru from Sikhs. So like that, Prime Minister Modi should have all these eminent scholars in his assembly. This should be. Here is a very great wonder, is a very important point, is that King Yudhishthira, he was taking the permission of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When, like Prabhupada has given a nice example, he told my Guru Maharaj, say a son, child or a baby, when his father gives one lollipop or any candy to his son, in return a chocolate or something, if he feeds in the mouth of his father, father will feel very great pleasure. Is it not? Same way, everything belongs to Krishna, whatever you are seeing in this material world. Bhumirapo nalo bhaiva kammana budhirivacha ahankara ityam manya birna prakitirastara. There are eightfold of material energy, everything, bhumi, earth, water, air, fire, ether, everything, false ego, intelligence of mind, intelligence, false ego, everything belongs to Krishna. So, but if you utilize it without his sanction, without his permission, you will be called as a criminal. What is that? You will be called as a criminal. Like suppose you have worn a nice watch, okay, Apple watch. Suppose you have gone to washroom and you have put on the table somewhere, okay, and you went inside the washroom. But if I come and I happen to see that watch, can I take that and put in my pocket? If I do so, what will be called? When you come back and you look for where is my watch and where is my watch, you don't find, then you report to police. Police will come and inquire and find out, search everywhere. And will he find in my pocket? And I will be arrested. Is it not? Similarly, everything, even if you take a glass of water, it belongs to Krishna. It is not your water. It is whose water? It is Krishna's water. Correct? You can sit here and there. You cannot take a glass of water whimsically. I will say, oh, it is coming in the tap, I will drink. No, but our Vedic injunction is that you must take the permission from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the water to whom it belongs. Correct? Even if you take a glass of water, touch in your forehead, please ask like this. Please, Krishna, can I take a glass of water under your kind permission? What's wrong with this? Krishna will be pleased. Okay, take. He will not deny you. Okay, you can take. If anything belongs to you, if I watch, hey, Prabhu, your watch looks very nice. Can I take this? Can you give me as a donation? Hello, okay. Yeah, good devotee, you can take it. It is your choice. This is the way. So that is why when we take prasadam, why we take no food from outside? We take prasadam. That food we prepare, we have to offer to Krishna. Then Krishna takes his remnant we take. That is the way. So here our Yudhishthira Maharaj, although he was a king, everything belongs to him. He was the king of that kingdom, Indraprastha. But he is taking the permission of Sri Krishna. He knows what is what. He is intelligent. When you take example, when his 4 brothers were dead, after drinking the water from a pond, when Yamaraj in a form of a yakya, he used to ask so many questions. Before answering his question, they were drinking, then they fell died. But when Yudhishthira Maharaj went there to drink, then he stopped. Yaksha told, it will happen same things to you if you don't listen to my word. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj told, okay, I will try to answer you. Ask me questions. That is called intelligence. Not like, I must drink water, I must drink water. Belongs to, it is not your water. So no. Intelligence is nothing but the discrimination power. Intelligence is nothing but discrimination power, how much you have. Even though Yudhishthira Maharaj was very thirsty and he saw the bad situation that, his brothers are dead, still he had the patience and he could answer well to the Yakshas questions. That is intelligence. So here Yudhishthira Maharaj, same Yudhishthira Maharaj is taking the permission from Krishna, Supreme Personality Godhead. How can I perform Rajasya Yajna? Then Krishna was very pleased. Then he suggested, yeah, but you can do Rajasya Yajna, but you need so many things. What are the factors? Number one, you have to defeat all the kings who ever ruling over and in this world. Yes, you can defeat all the kings I foresee, but it is very difficult to defeat Jarasandha. But demon king, he is very difficult to defeat him. Then, what do we do? Yudhishthira Maharaj is folded and he is asking, then what to do? Madhusudana, you please tell whatever you will suggest. We are under your shelter. If you are under your shelter of your father, you don't have to do anything. You don't get scared. You don't have any fearful situation. Oh, my father will take care. So similarly, in that mood, Yudhishthira was asked what to do then. Then do one thing. As before that also, Uddhava had suggested one thing to Krishna. Although Krishna knows everything, he had asked with Uddhava what we have to do. So then, Uddhava had suggested that Bhima only can kill this Jarasandha. So Krishna suggested me, myself, Arjuna and Bhimasen, all we three will go in the disguise of a Brahmana to Jarasandha. Jarasandha had one good quality that he will never refuse to, he was very much inclined towards the Brahmanas. He was very respectful to Brahmanas. He had a good quality, one of the good quality. Although he had many, many bad quality, only one good quality was there. He will never disrespect any Brahmana. So in the disguise of Brahmana, they went, all these three, to him. Then when Jarasandha saw them, and in Brahmana form, he, with folded hand, he said, okay, how can I serve you? Okay, we have a desire. What is that desire? Can you fulfill? Yes, I will try to fulfill. You have to fight with us. Then Jarasandha saw in the hand, arms and the legs, there are so many strings, warrior strings are there. Bow strings are there. So he could know these three people are there not of Brahmanas. They have come in disguise of Brahmana. Then Krishna revealed that yes, we are warriors. We want to fight with you. He said, okay, Krishna, you are ranchor. You had one time you were fled from the battlefield. We had several times fighting and you were run away. I don't want to fight with you. Then he said, Arjuna is skinny, so he is not fit for me to fight. Okay, Bhimasen is right opponent, I can fight with him. Then he gave one mace to Gada, mace to Bhimasen, and he took another one. They fought for several days, then they were equally showing their prowess. So no one was getting defeated. Finally, Krishna, who is known as Yogeshwara, he knows all the mystics. He took one branch of the tree and it tore up and threw like this in opposite direction. Then by seeing that, Bhima could understand, oh, I have to bifurcate this um, Jarasandha. Then he tore up his body from genital parts to head and threw in opposite direction and he was killed. So this is all about this chapter. But let us discuss about something about this text number 1 and 2. That is our main important topic of today. So we saw that I have already explained you how Yudhishthira Maharaj was not alone in his assembly. He was surrounded with his priests, with his relatives, with brahmanas, eminent sages, kshatriyas, vaishyas, and after all with his brothers, with his spiritual master was present. Yeah, we have seen in that in Yudhishthira Maharaj's assembly in Rajaswa Yajna also, we find that so many, like Bhishma Pitama, his guru, Dronacharya was present, everybody were present. And even Dhritarashtra's assembly, when they were disrobing, that means Draupadi, at that times prominent personalities like Bhishma Pitama was present, and other like Drona and Karna, so many great personalities were present. Even nowadays also when president is sworn, his wife is present. And his wife is led by one army, army commander and to the stage. So like that. So it is the etiquette of having a assembly, of having a meeting. But the last word is very important. Here in this verse we see all in-laws and friends. He addressed Lord Krishna as everyone listened. Srimad Bhagavatam is not like Srimad Bhagavatam is not like any other novel book. It is each word and has some meanings. Yasmin pratislokam avadhavati api. Yasmin pratislokam avadhavati api. Namnani ankitani yat srunanti gyanti grunanti savadhava. Sadhava, those who are very scholar, srunanti, they hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Gayanti, they utter, they glorify. Grunanti sadhava, they memorize, they remember. Right? This is Srimad Bhagavatam. Every word has meanings. It is not, you cannot read whimsically like a novel reading and newspaper reading. No. Every word has prati slokam, slokam avadhavati api. Means every word has important meanings. Tadvaga visarga janatag viplava. Yasmin prati slokam avadhavati. Tadvaga visarga janatag viplava. This Srimad Bhagavatam can bring a great revolution in this throughout the material world. That is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. So here the last word is called Lord Krishna as everyone listened. He addressed Lord Krishna as everyone listened. Why this word it has been written? What is the meaning of this line? Like, for example, when you were paying obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, or you are paying obeisances to your spiritual master, you must speak loudly, not silently. You must speak the mantra loudly so that your spiritual master can hear, or Srila Prabhupada can hear. Like that, when you are paying obeisances, you must tell Namaong Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasyatade Satarini. You must say, speak like this, not silently. This is the injunction, scriptural injunction. When your Guru Maharaj is there, you have to say like Namaham Vishnu Padaya, for example, for my Guru, Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Navajogendra Swamini Namine. So like that he could hear that you are saying the mantra. Also there is two things, also etiquette is there. When you offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, you have to keep your left side to Prabhupada. Correct? Now you don't have to pay obeisance to from right side, no, left side. When you are paying obeisance to deities, also you have to pay obeisances keeping deity in your left side. Or you can pay obeisance charges straight also. Either vertically 90 degree or keeping deity in your left side. But we don't, here in the temple we cannot make vertically because we don't want to show our feet to Prabhupada. So that's why we pay obeisance to keeping left side to deity. For your guru, you can pay obeisance from right side. This is okay. From right side, keeping guru as your right side. But deity and Prabhupada, you have to keep left side. These are injunctions. But here, you may say, why? Question is why you have to utter so that Guru can hear or Prabhupada can hear. Or similarly, when in front of deity, when you are paying obeisances, you must tell deity's pranam mantra. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchani Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanushrite Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. So you have to utter. Krishna is hearing what you are saying. And similarly for when you have darshan arti, you shall also utter. But for Gaur Mita, you should say like that. Nama Mahavadanya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurati se Namaha. For Jagannath Baladev Sudra, what you have to pay also is their mantra. Jagannath Swami, if you don't know any mantra, Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatmi, you will guide me what I should do. So these are the mantras you have to utter. The reason behind this is there are so many scientific reasons. One is what? First, some people they do dhyana. Dhyana is what? Dhyana means you are just meditating in the form of Krishna. You are not speaking anything. Form of Krishna. You are meditating on mantra and everything. That is meditating is that is called dhyana. Another is called smruti. Smruti means smarana. Or you are just memorizing. What memorizing you are there? The Bible is saying yatha katham chin manasa sambandha smruti ruchyate. Smruti means Smriti means yatha katham. Katham means if you can remember the past time of Supreme Person of Godhead, Krishna. Past time of Krishna. Oh, Krishna did like this, Krishna did that. So, if you can remember that, that is called Smriti. Then another one is Kirtan. Kirtan is, there are three types of chanting, three ways of chanting. One is called Kirtan, Japa, Kirtan and Sankirtan. There are three things. Japa means when you chant Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is called, so inside, you don't have to utter. You just think like that. Think in memory, you are just tell in your mind. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. This is called japa. Then another one is kirtan. Kirtan means little sound. Kirtan is defined as nana lila gunadina muchair bhasatu kirtana. Nana lila gunadina muchair. Lila gunadi, if you are keep on glorifying Krishna's pastimes, Jare Deko Tareko Krishna Upadesh, if you happen to see anybody, just tell about Krishna, what Krishna did, and how glorious act he did, all his pastimes, you keep on speaking, or simply tell Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. This is called kirtans. Leela Guna is involved here. But we see Smruti only Katham. There are little differences there. But here Kirtan, you are speaking to somebody. Smruti, you are memorizing, you are just thinking of Katha, Krishna Katha. But when you are talking this Katha, these pastimes to others, that is called Kirtans. Or you are talking Mahamantra to others, that is called Kirtans. That is what it is stated here. Yudhishthira Maharaj doing kirtan. He is telling something, he is talking something, so that Krishna can hear. Of course, Krishna is known as Antarjan. He knows what is going on in the heart. But if you utter it, he is more pleased. Then another type of chanting is called Sankirtana. Sankirtana is this is the recommended in this age. Sankirtana means song. Sam means altogether. Kirtan means when you do kirtan altogether, which it is involved that, but it is involved like so many other devotees or other people are discussing on the same point, or talking with Krishna's pastimes in like Bhagavatam class, when one is speaking, another is hearing, and another put questions. So like that, or you are doing Sankirtan with, well, of course, musical instruments are involved. This musical instrument involved means then this is Sankirtan, it takes place. And in the loud voice, everybody says, chant Kirtans. Then when they loudly they say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, then everybody are getting benefited. Like what? Like living entities from Abrahma Bhuvanat Lokat. So Abrahma Bhuvanat Lokat, even from a insignificant ant to Lord Brahma, all living entities, including all creepers, or trees, dogs, any animals, even the ghosts, even even if they hear loudly you are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, everybody get liberated. Even ghosts, they get liberated and get the physical body. What to speak of others? And even if an animal hears it, he is liberated. Next time he will get a human body. Even if a human body, if an ignorant person is hearing this your mantra, then others will be, he will be benefited. He will get liberated from all material illusions. So, thus you are helping yourself and helping others. That is called Sankirtan. Sankirtan means you are helping yourself and helping others. These are different type of chantings. So in scripture, I want to say, one more verse is stating, means among all this smriti or dhyana, Nama Kirtana is the best one. The Nama Kirtan is the best. If you chant Kirtan, Nama Kirtan, Sankirtan, that's the best than everything. That verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam, sorry, Brihad Bhagavatam, Bhagavatamrita, 2.3.144. Oh, go, it is written, Param Srimad Padma Bhoja Sada Sangati Apekhyaya Nama Sankirtana Prayam Visuddham Bhaktimachara. O Gopakumara, if you desire to have the eternal association of the lotus feet of the Lord, then you should perform pure devotional service, which is prominent in chanting of the holy names. Prominent. It is telling, oh Gopakumar, it is addressed to Gopakumar that, if you want to have eternal association of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you must chant. So it surpasses your smriti, dhyana, or kirtana, japa. Sankirtan is the best one. So it is unfortunately found, when Sankirtan goes on, some devotees, they keep on chanting with their mala. No, it is offense. It is an offense. It is also, it makes you get lost of something, what you achieve from Sankirtan. So when Sankirtan or Kirtan in the temple hall is going on, no one should chant with your japa beads. This is a very important point. Please remember. So when Sankirtan is the best, that it has been proved in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. It surpasses all other types. Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi. There is a nice verse in Ishapanishad. No, sorry, it's a Nectar Devotion. What is the Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi? I can't take Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi. Pancharatrika Vidhi. So in that verse, it has been stated, Utpadayata kalpate, means it become, if you do not understand the philosophy of Shruti, Smriti and Purana and Vedas, and what if you take, if you take wrong way, then it is just like it causes a great havoc in society. So you must learn from the scriptures and apply in your chantings. Maybe it is japa, or it is maybe kirtan, or maybe sankirtan. You must abide by the rules of scriptures, or else it will create a great problem in the society. So I will stop here. So hope you have understood about the different categories of chanting. If you have any questions, you can write to me or ask me. But on this regard, I will stop here. ग्रंथराज भागवतम की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Before ending, I want to take one sentence about, I want to say about something about one of our great sannyasi, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, his hmm, appearance day is today, and of course he left for Nitya Leela. He concluded his pastimes here and he joined Krishna. He was a very nice devotee, and with Maharaj was a very nice devotee. One time I had met him in his sannyasi room. I asked him, Maharaj, you need any prasadam? And I can prepare some chapati or anything. He said, no, it's okay. I don't want. And he used to, and he asked me, who is your guru? Then I asked him, Navajogendra Swami Maharaj. And he was very pleased. And then he used to dance anything like a mad elephant in the temple hall. He used to lead so many devotees and chant loudly, very nicely. Mahamantras in Sunday program, lot of people they will join in a row, in a big line, and he used to dance anything like. In the later age of his age, and he got some disease, and he was amputated, and he had so much nice experience and realization. One can hear or read about his so many wonderful books like Warriors. He has written very nice books and so many other books you can read and hear his lectures. He was a really great, nice devotee. Great and nice devotee. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.